You're watching Jillian's.
Hi, welcome back to our channel, and in today's video we will be making a short comparison between 51 Talk and Native Camp. My name is Lindsay Uric and I am an ESL teacher at 51 Talk.
And I am G. That is my teacher's name in Native Camp. So our first topic is the introduction of our companies.
Jack Huang, started the 51 Talk platform when he saw the need for proper teaching of conversational English in China. With the establishment of this platform, 51 Talk, Chinese are given access to quality online English lessons conducted by Filipinos. Because Jack considered Filipinos to be perfect online teachers because of our high English proficiency, and we are naturally happy and friendly, and the familiarity of the Chinese culture as well. So 51 Talk started since 2011. How about you, Chi, for Native Camp?
Okay, so in Native Camp, it started in Tokyo, Japan in 2015, and it caters mostly Japanese students, although there are also Taiwanese students, but most of the students in Native Camp are Japanese. Okay, so our next topic is the application process.
In 51 Talk, I started applying. Give you a brief summary because we already made a separate video, but for this video, I will just only give you a summary, So I started from March 15 and I was launched April 11 this year, March 15, 2022 up to April 11. So almost 1 month, But March 15, like any other applicants, I signed up as a 51 Talk teacher, in their online. You just type 51 Talk, And then they will confirm you for an interview, and after that, there is no exam, no demo lesson whatsoever. They just for me, they just asked me to read something, and that's it. I attended their pre-service orientation, their new teachers training, and onboarding as well. And I also attended their focus group training. That's a brief summary. And then April 11, I was launched. How about you, Chi?
All right. So in Native Camp, it took me 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks, I think, to become a teacher in Native Camp. So the application process, you should register your email first and then wait for the confirmation. After your email, you fill out your information at the website of Native Camp, and the third step is take the English proficiency test. The passing score here, I think, is 80%, So after that, you should have the system check with our admins. After you pass the system check, you need to study some of the learning kits that the admin will give you before taking your demo lesson. And this is the hardest part, the demo lesson. Many of the applicants are failing here. So after the demo lesson, you will finish the registration and study additional learning kits for teachers, and you have to take a short quiz after that. And after passing the short quiz, you need to wait for the activation of your account. So before the activation, you need to submit all the requirements, and there you go. Our third topic is about requirements prior to the application process. We will start with 51 Talk.
If you have these basic qualifications, you can start your journey at 51 Talk. A bachelor's degree, proficiency in speaking the English language with a neutral accent, a valid diploma, proof of graduation, NBI clearance, government issued ID, passport, like that. Experience in teaching English to young learner or foreigners, like EFL, ESL is an advantage. Teaching certificate like TESOL, TEFL is preferred, but it is not a requirement, And if you are not a college graduate, I believe they accept students in collegiate level. So yes, they do accept college students who are working as a part-time, they do accept that. And just make sure also you also submit a JPEG copy of your resume and your at least 3 character reference. For the technical requirements, you just need a desktop or a laptop, Okay, operating system, it should be Windows 7 or above, okay, or a Mac. And for your CPU, an Intel Core i3 6th generation and above, or it can be i5 to i7, okay, like that. But for me, I'm using Ryzen, okay, Ryzen 5, and a memory at least 4 GB. Recommended is 8 GB. I'm using 8 GB, okay, and with a minimum of 100 GB free hard disk space available. I have 141 GB space available. Okay. A headset, okay, a headset and microphone. It should be noise canceling, okay. Uh, you also need a high definition webcam, okay, with a 720 resolution, 720p resolution. A wired or wireless internet connection. Some prefer to be wired, but wireless connection is allowed with at least 5 Mbps. I'm using 10 Mbps. We're using 10 Mbps. Okay. And for your teaching environment, plain white background. Okay. A well lit space. Okay. Uh, and that's it for 5 on top.
All right. So in native com requirements prior to the application are you should be at least 18 years old with 6 months ESL experience online or offline. Okay. And for technical requirements, you should have a personal computer or laptop, stable internet connection, wired or Wi-Fi, clear and functional camera, at least high definition, noise cancelling or noise reduction headphones. Teaching location should have a plain background, at least white background, and a quiet environment conducive to learning. Okay, that's it. So how about the requirements once you pass the application process? So let's start with
Okay,
5-1
so,
talk.
okay, so you have to submit these teaching requirements. So they will tell you about these requirements at your pre-service orientation. They will tell you to prioritize uploading the first 3 requirements: a professional 2x2 photo, okay, government issued photo or ID. In my case, I used my passport, and an audio recording. You can use your mobile phone to record, and they will send you a script that you will read, and you can record using your mobile phone, and you can upload that, okay. And after that, you can also send the other requirements like your proof of education, like your diploma, your NBI clearance. If you do not have an NBI clearance, you can apply online and you can take a photo of that. You can upload it as well. And if you do have English teaching certificates, that would be nice also. And that's it.
Okay, so in native comp, you need to submit an ID photo with white background, introduction video, and bank account details. NC or native comp is only accepting BPI or PNB accounts, bank accounts. Okay, but for other nationalities, they can use Payoneer. Okay, and you can also upload some of your photos that can capture the student's attention when they see your profile. And also, you need to put some of your personal details there, like your hobbies and your self-introduction text. Okay, that's all. So our next topic is about the working hours.
In 5-1 Talk, we can open slots. Each slot is a 25-minute lesson. So, for example, your class started at 6 p.m., it would end at 6:25, and that is one slot. Okay, our peak slots is between 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, so that would be your working hours, but you can also open in the morning or other slots. But be sure to open only slot that you are sure that you can attend to avoid absences, lates, or even penalty. Okay, so and we are required to open 30 slots per cutoff. 30 slots meaning 30 classes. So 30 classes. Each class, as I've said earlier, is 25 minutes. Okay, that will be our working hours.
But is it required for all those 30 slots to have a student?
No, you just have to open 30 slots. Okay,
I see.
you are required not less than 30 slots. Not less than 30 slots per cutoff. But There are instances that I haven't experienced this before, but I have read others fail to open 30 slot because of some family emergency or they got sick. You just have to avoid any just do not open slots that you are not sure to avoid penalties. Okay.
Okay. So in native comp,
There is no minimum requirement.
in opening the slots or schedules, there are two kinds of classes here. First is the sudden class, and second is the book class. So sudden class, you need to sit in front of the computer and wait for the students to come into your class. It's a surprise class like that. You have no time to study the lesson, so you will teach the lesson to the student without reviewing the lesson first. While in book class, you have time to study your lesson first before teaching it to the students. In native camp, although it is 24/7, you are only authorized to open a maximum of 24 slots in a day. You are not allowed to open more than that, okay?
I think in 5 Talk it's not 24 hours because our peak slot is between 6 to 9. I think you can definitely no student will come at 4. Like you said you're 24/7. In 5 Talk, I think there will be no student at 4 a.m. in the morning. So maybe I do not have the experience of teaching a 7 a.m. class or 8, but I do know there will be students like in the late afternoon and up to 9 p.m. And also we do not have sudden class. Our we practice booking system, meaning if you open a slot, you just wait for a student to book your class. Okay, there's no sudden class.
I see.
Also, in the booking system, you will notice that most of our students, like I said before, are Chinese, and 80% of them are kids. Okay, and maybe 20% adults. Okay, we do have free talk, but since 80% are kids, you are most likely to teach beginners and intermediate students. And our AC class, okay, our platform is for kids. Okay, so meaning it has pictures. Okay, it has words, vocabulary. How about you? How about your platform? Is it?
Oh, yeah. In native camp, most of the students there, based on my own experience, most of my students are adults, okay? Compared to 5 Won't Talk, I have 80% of my students are adults and 20% are kids, okay? And most of the lessons here are somewhat formal, although there are lessons for kids. Illustrations are quite small or smaller because I've already saw the 5 One Talk lessons, okay? As compared to 5 One Talk, the illustrations or the photos there are bigger than the one in native camp, okay?
Yes.
So sometimes I'm having a hard time reading the illustrations because the texts are also very small. So maybe for kids, they have no problem with that because their eyes are still good. But for adults like me, so I'm having trouble with that size of the lesson. So, and also the other lessons, actually all the lessons are scripted aside from the free conversation because you are the one who will find a topic for the student unless the student already give you a topic to talk about. But most of the time, the teacher will be the one to initiate the conversation or the topic to be discussed. Okay? How about
How
in
about
5 One
the?
Talk?
Okay, in 5 Talk, first of all, since mostly our kids or we are not as strict in the use of the chat box because we can manipulate the AC classroom with a pen or some highlighters. So we do not use the chat box that much. But in free talk, yes, you can use the chat box because um, there's no illustration that you can manipulate. So you have to learn basically to learn to listen carefully so you can put the mistakes on the chat box. But the use of the chat box is not that strict. It's somewhat like optional. Okay, I think for you guys it is
It's a must to use
it's a
the chat
must.
box.
Yes.
Actually, even in
Uh,
the demo lesson, that is I think that is the most common mistake of most of the applicants, because a chat box should be used. It should strictly be used in every lesson because the Japanese students want to be corrected through the chat box so they can review it after the lesson. So it is a must in native comp. And
So
also,
do you have to type everything? Like, do you have to type the question and the answer?
as much as possible, even in free conversation. That's why you also need to type faster because especially in free conversation, if you have an advanced students or middle advanced students, they talk too fast, and most
So
of
you
the
have
time we are having problem typing all those words that they are talking or they are telling you. Okay, so you need to type faster, maybe 40 words per minute or 35 words per minute. That is the recommended speed for typing so that you will not have a hard time capturing every word of the student. Speaking of the student level, 50-50, I think. 50% beginners or intermediate beginners, 50% of the students in native camp are already advanced students or middle advanced students. Okay, so our next topic is all about penalties. Okay, let's start with 5-1 talk.
four penalties for 5-1 talk: entering the classroom late or leaving early. Okay. There are corresponding penalties. For example, a number of late or leave early cases, uh, say 1 to 5, penalty per instance is 3 pesos, like that. If you have late or leave early cases of 6 to 10, that would be 5 pesos. This is according to our teacher's guide, I think, because fortunately I still have no I do enter the classroom on time and I do not leave early. So I'm saying this without any experience, but I am aware that the infraction of this rule will merit you a penalty. Okay, so moving on, 11 to 20, that would be 10 pesos, and 21 and up, that would be 20 pesos. Also, if you are unable to attend your class, meaning that the teacher, you yourself are absent, um, I think that would merit you 100%, right? Like I've read someone who had some internet problem and he was not able to inform properly. He was deducted 263 for missing that class, and that class only cost 38 pesos. I mean, from a single 25-minute class, that is only 38, and yet he was given a penalty of 263. I don't know. But if there's case of you have absence and you were able to notify it on time, okay, 12 hours before the lesson, you will be given 10 pesos percent per lesson rate. So 10 pesos, 10% of that rate will be your. If 12 to 1 hours before the lesson, that would be 20% per lesson rate. 1 hour until the start of the lesson, that will be 100% per lesson rate. And that's all that I know about penalties. How about you?
Okay, so in native comp, according to our platform, okay, so I have my código here. For penalties about cancellation of classes, okay, if you cancel your class before 1 hour, okay, 1 hour before your class, you will be deducted 80 pesos. And for 1 to 12, between 1 to 12 hours before your class, 27 pesos. 12 to 24 hours before your class, 27 also, and greater than 24 hours before your class, there is no deduction. Okay, so let's go to the next topic. Oh, by the way, regarding the customer service, how about the customer service or admin support? Let's start with 5-1 talk.
We If you're saying about handlers or team leaders, we do not have those, but we can contact our technical support team via text or message. I'm not at liberty to give you the number, but they did send us an email. If we're going to have some technical problems or issues, we are to text or call these numbers, or and they gave us a site that we can go to. But team leaders or something, we do not have those. Okay, you can only reach out to this through text or call using these mobile numbers that they gave through the email. Although I haven't used them yet. Okay.
How about group chats of teachers? Do you have group chats? Group chats
you can
inside the platform.
inside the platform, no, but you can go to the FB page. There are several teachers there. You can join the group. So if you do have questions, maybe there will be other teachers who will reach out and give you some suggestions of their own. Maybe they have experienced that and they will share to you how they resolve it. But if, for example, none of their suggestions are working, then you have no choice but to call or text the number that they gave you through the email, or you can try to reach out to their technical support team.
Okay. So in native, same with 5-1 talk, in native comp, there are no so-called team leaders. Okay. So there will be no one, there will be no team leader to assist you. However, there is a tab there in the platform. It is called Inquiry tab. There are already some frequently asked questions stated there, and also the answers about those FAQs. Okay, but if your question or your inquiry is not there, then you can submit a ticket through that section also. It is already given there. Actually, there is one viewer who requested us to make a vlog about this. We will just include it here in this vlog. So you can look for it in our platform, Native Camp platform. There's an inquiry tab there, and you can search for your question, or you can submit a ticket. And also there's an open chat or open space tab there inside the platform. It is a group chat for native com teachers. You can also ask your inquiries or questions there. There are some helpful teachers who are always present there to guide us or guide the newly hired teachers. But if you before you ask something, maybe you should check first the FAQs, and also you should search first the topic that you want to ask, because maybe there are already answers for that. Okay, so that you will not also waste the time of the senior teachers there. Okay, and also there are FB pages or groups for teachers, and also the official Facebook page of Native Comp. It's also a big help for us teachers. Okay. So our next topic is, the last but not the least, the payment and incentives. Okay, so in 5-1 talk.
Incentive, it was not discussed during our pre-service orientation or onboarding. However, they did gave us a chart about the salary. If you're a starting teacher, okay, as I've said before, it will be 38 pesos for a 25-minute class. So it means you will earn 76 pesos in an hour, but in that, as I've said, 25-minute class. So there will be a 5-minute interval in between. Okay, so per class it is 38 minutes. That is a starting teacher. If you became a new qualified teacher, that would be 40 pesos per class for a 25-minute class. And how you will be a newly qualified teacher, there is a number of classes that you have to teach. Say, for example, it only has to say before you get to the next level, you must complete, say, for example, 400 lessons. If you have done that, you have to submit or you have to attend some JK12 training. You have to book your training like that. If you finish them, okay, then maybe 5-1 Talk will promote you to a new qualified teacher. And then again, if you satisfied another teaching requirement or your lesson requirement, maybe they will promote you to a junior teacher. Then that you will receive 42 pesos per class for a 25, and that would be 84 pesos until you go to the top. The topmost is the Master Teacher B. That is the top, the holy grail. Okay, and that would be 50 pesos per 25-minute class, or 100 pesos an hour, like that. So that is the only thing that
So it depends upon the level of the
Yes.
teacher in 5-1 Talk, and the level depends on the training.
Yes.
Okay, so in native comp, the rate depends on the rank of the teacher. So the rank depends on
the booking of the teacher.
So the lowest rate is 55, meaning you have 0 book lesson. So your rate for sudden lesson is 55 pesos. And also for, I think, the same as the book lesson. I'm not sure because I cannot see the chart for teacher rate. I think it is already gone in the platform. I only got the highest rate, or the highest rate for the highest rank. Okay, so the highest rank is C1. The rate for sudden lesson is 71 pesos per 25-minute class. So that is 104 142 an hour. Okay, 142 per hour. And the book lesson is 80 pesos per 25-minute class. So that is 160 per hour. Per hour because technically it is a 30-minute class. You have 25 minutes with your students and 5 minutes for you to make the lesson review for your students. However, sometimes that lesson review is not being made right after the class because sometimes it is not enough. I'm not sure because in native camp, I think there is no deadline for you to make the lesson review. You will just be surprised that you will receive an email from native camp warning you to make a lesson review for certain student. And the penalty for that is your account will be suspended. Okay, if you already got the email and you still did not make that lesson review for that certain student. Okay, so how about in 5-1 talk? How do you do that in 5-1 talk?
After the lesson, you are required to submit a lesson memo. If your lesson is covered between the peak hours 6 to 9, say 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., you have until 9 a.m. the following day. But if your class falls on 12 noon up to say 12 noon to 6 p.m., because 6 p.m. is the peak hours, you should submit the lesson memo until 8 p.m. 8 p.m. of the same day. No lesson memo, you do not get paid.
Mm. I think it is more strict in 5-1 talk
Yes, no lesson
about that lesson memo or lesson review.
no lesson memo, no pay. And you do not make a lesson memo if the student failed to attend class, meaning if he or she was absent, do not make a lesson memo, but you need proof. You need to have a screenshot in JPEG form, and you post it, and you say the student failed to enter class, and you waited up to 10 minutes, and you left the classroom 15 minutes after. If you fail to do that, the teacher will be tagged at, I think, absent.
Okay. So how about the minimum earnings for you to receive your income? What is the minimum earnings that you should make per
500
cut off?
500 pesos. You should at least earn 500 pesos. If you are having 38 pesos per class, so that would be more or less, you should have at least 10 students per cut off. I believe so. Because, no, not just 10 students, because 10 students is 380 pesos. More than 10 students. 38 pesos per student. So 10 students is 380. So in order to earn 500 pesos, you should at least double the 10 students, at least 20 students
I
per
see.
cut off before you get paid. So
Okay.
be sure you have at least 20 students per cut off. Of course, if your rate is higher, say if you have 50 pesos per class, so you only need 10 students.
Okay. Okay, but in native comp, you need to earn at least 1,000 pesos or 30 US dollars per cut off for you to get paid. So you need at least for a minimum wager in native comp, you need to teach at least, I think, more than 19 students
Yes,
for you
20
to get your salary
it's almost
per
the same.
cut off. Yeah, yeah. And how about the incentives?
Like I said, during our pre-orientation or pre-service orientation and onboarding, they only discussed our rate. But I did watch some YouTube videos regarding, but I think that
A year ago.
but I think are not applicable anymore. They are not. They some say they have been removed, or I don't know, because there will be other teachers who were ahead of me, and they're the only one who knows about that. But I'm not asking questions. If it is not existing, then why the need to ask if it is not there anymore?
So you only have a regular salary, no more incentives.
As far as I know, yes, because none was discussed about
Even referral, no,
none.
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 Okay. In native camp, there are some incentives like for new registration incentive is when you successfully completed 100 slots in 2 weeks or in one cutoff after your account was activated. You will receive incentive of 2,200 NCC, Native Camp Coin. Native Camp Coin, 1 NCC is equivalent to 1 peso, Philippine peso. Okay? So you will have a new registration incentive, 2,200 one time only. Okay? The second incentive, aside from new registration incentive, which is quite big already, 2,200, which I was not able to get because I have been a part-time teacher here since September. My account was activated September 23, and I only started teaching October, and automatically.
I was disqualified for that.
So, in lesson incentive, this is the second incentive. Lesson incentive, the condition is when you successfully completed 100 slots, sadhan and book class during a pay period, you will earn the lesson incentive of 550 pesos. Okay? Aside from your regular salary, you will get 550 pesos. And third incentive, no cancellation incentive. So the condition for this, for you to get this, is when you successfully completed 20 book slots without your side's cancellation during a pay period and not making any cancellation after reaching the goal of 20 book lessons. So this one is only for book classes. Okay? So if you want to get this, you will receive 550 also for per cut-off, 550 pesos. And the next incentive is introducing tutors incentive. The condition for this is to a tutor who introduced another tutor when an introduced tutor successfully completed the first lesson in 2 weeks after his or her account was activated. This is, you will get 550 also, 550 pesos. And the next incentive, okay, there are so many incentives in Native Camp, okay? Ranking incentive. So this depends on ranking categories of the teacher. For top 20 of the highest rating of the month, so this is per month. And for top 20 of the highest lesson time conducted for the month, so highest rating and highest lesson time, top 20. So for 11 to 20 yet placers, they will get 500 pesos. For 6 to 10 placers, 1,000 pesos. 4th to 5th places, 1,500. 3rd place, 2,500. 2nd place, 3,000 pesos. 1st place, 3,500 pesos a month. Okay. So there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 incentives in Native Camp. Okay. So
Well, I did read something. I was reading the group chat. Okay, someone said that her referral already became a teacher, and she was asking the referral fee, and no feedback was given because, like I said, there will be other benefits that others knew about and others will try because some will say, "Oh, okay, I think they will give you 2,000 pesos if you referred someone." Okay.
before, but now it's already gone.
I
Right?
don't because that person in the Facebook group chat is asking where is her referral fee.
But I think it's already gone because when I help you search for that referral incentive in 51 Talk, most of the teachers said that it is already gone. That incentive,
see.
referral incentive.
You see,
I
yes,
think
because none
since
was
last
discussed.
year.
Yes,
Since last
none,
year.
yes. Regarding incentive, none was discussed during our
So
pre-service.
only regular salary.
Yes, that was the only one discussed in our pre-service orientation, our onboarding, and everything.
Okay.
So we hope that this video help you guys. We hope that we have successfully given you an idea what to expect at 51 Talk and what to expect at Native Camp. So best of luck, guys. If you're interested in applying, we do have a separate video on how to apply that. And if you do have questions, please comment, leave your comment, and we will try to answer that.
Yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, please do consider subscribing. And if you like this video, please press the like button or thumbs up. And also, if you want to become updated to our latest videos or to our new videos, please press the bell button. Okay, so bye-bye.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope.